Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is your boy, The Problem Child, here today to do an installment of TV shows that I think are boring as hell, or just not interesting, or overrated, or not good. A lot of people, I did a lot of American shows, so I have to do this for the people across the pond that probably haven't seen most of the American shows and don't know what I'm talking about. So this one is British TV shows, top 10. So these are TV shows that I actually watched. British shows. I actually watched these shows, so I think I do have a right to have a strong opinion about these shows. And plus I know British people that watches these shows and talk about these shows, and I've watched it with them and just thought this is overrated crap. And even had some of the British people that I know actually hate these shows. So I know what I'm talking about when I say these shows, because I have watched these shows. Let's go with number 1, Rising Damp. It's an old 70s British sitcom. I think it's overrated. It's not funny. It's not entertaining. It's just a bunch of guys rambling, and you won't even laugh at any of the jokes. In my opinion, I haven't laughed at anything. I watched more than one episode. I watched about 7 episodes, and I just looked at it and just thought, what the hell is this? And there are some sitcoms I like that's British, so it's not like I don't like British sitcoms, because I do like British sitcoms. Another show, number 2, Heartbeat. My God, if you ever wanted to watch Heartbeat, you might as well just sit there and paint a picture and wait for the picture to dry, because that's exactly what you're getting from Heartbeat. It is boring. It is overrated. Heartbeat makes me want to cry every time I watch it. Not because not that it's a good or sad show. It's that you really want just your eyes to get gouged out, so you never see an abomination like that on your television or computer screen ever again. If you watch it streaming. Just to some people that do watch streaming stuff. Hollyoaks. Hollyoaks is another show. If you don't know what Hollyoaks is a soap opera, a British soap opera, but it's basically pretty modeling people that look like models with bad acting and bad storylines. The storylines are god-awful, even for soap opera standards. The storylines are god-awful, even for, it's just a terrible, terrible, terrible show. The acting is terrible. The storyline is terrible. Anytime they have a wedding, chances are the funeral is going to follow the wedding, and you can predict it like a mile away. And it's just like, my God, it comes on Channel 4 in the UK, I think. And I just think if it does come on Channel 4, Channel 4 really needs to look at that show and really glance at it. And could they look at people in the face and say this is a very entertaining show? I don't think so. Another show is Emmerdale. Emmerdale probably is probably as boring as Hollyoaks, but maybe boringer, because there's no models to look at, so they can't entertain you by good-looking people. And I think it's just awful. It's a boring show, and it's an awful show, and it just really needs a makeover. Episode 5. I mean, not episode 5. Another show is Big Brother UK. Big Brother US is awful, but the British people really love this Big Brother show over there. And I look at them and I just think, why? What the hell do you love about it? I mean, we don't love it as much as they do in over there. If you ask any British people that live, if you know any British person, ask them about Big Brother over there. They can tell you. From what I heard, it comes on Channel 4, or on Channel 4, then it comes on the other sister and brother channels of 4, and they'll show it all day, all night, and basically TV, as you know it, is over in the summertime when it comes on. So basically, it's bad enough that a lot of British people say that they have nothing to watch on British television, but it's even worse when the summer comes, because they really have nothing to watch on TV, because they show shit like Big Brother. A next show I like to say, which is an overrated show, is not funny. I think it's very stupid. I think people say it's offensive, but I think it's more of, you know, who cares about these old bastards anyway, because they're not funny in any way. And I think the fat one on this show is so much not funny, and I think that he's overrated, and I think that they really need to glance at his credentials as a comedian, because calling him a comedian is like calling me a rap star, and that's Little Britain. You know, I think Little Britain, the show is not funny, it's terrible, it's just really lame. And they have this new show called Come Fly With Me, which is even worse, you know. So another show is Taggart, and I watched the show a couple of times, and I've actually fell asleep most of the time I watched the show, and most of the time I didn't watch the show. I really wanted to turn the station or turn it off immediately because it's just a boring show. A Touch of Frost is actually another show that I think is kind of overrated. I think it's boring. I think it's not exciting, and I think it's just Columbo for British people. And Columbo is actually more entertaining than that show. Quincy M.E. is another show. I mean, I don't really need to go into details about it, but it's really fucking boring. I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here is the final show. I think it's bullshit. It's not good, and I just think, who cares about... Let's get this straight about I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here. In the British one, they send them to Australia. Okay? Let's be honest with ourselves. We all know that when they send them to Australia, there's a hotel over the freeway, a 5-star hotel, so it's basically a fucking set. It's a set that they go to and that they sit there and chill at and just watch whatever. And watch TV, and then when they finally done, they go over there to the hotel and they just do what they got to do, and then when it's time to go back and film some stuff, they hurry up and just put makeup on them and have them in the same clothes. That it's a set, it's a work, it's a fix, and if anybody pays to vote these people off or vote for these people, you're wasting your money over there in the UK. You use pence and pounds, so you're wasting your pence and your pounds on bullshit because it's a work show, and I'm sorry to say that. Well, I had to do the American one, so I have to do the British ones too, because as bad as we had our shows in America, British people do have bad shows too. This is your boy, The Problem Child, saying peace, one love, I'm out.